Hey, what's up? This is Nate Zero, aka Bucky McBadback from Team Burner World. Today I'm bringing you a deck profile on the Caardian deck. My first impressions of the deck is it's really nice. I like the fact that it gives you a bunch of variety. It allows you to control the tempo.
This allows me to do.
But I want to get straight into the deck because I don't like long videos. So my buddy is Constructor Buddyfight. When you transform into this card with a Caardian in its name, put the top card of your deck into the gauge. This ability only activates once per turn. If you are transformed into a card with Caardian in its card name, give that card power 1000 and penetrate. So I really like this card a lot, especially when decks play close center. And for the beginning, we're going to start with 4 of the buddy. Basically, I'm using this to mitigate gauge, so this way, when that card comes in or transforms, I basically get a gauge back and penetrate. So again, good against wall, very basic. 4 Grand Ruler. This card says call cost, pay 1 gauge. When this card enters the field, if you are transformed into a card, draw a card. 2 crit. Stats otherwise, but it's basically just a draw card. 4 Rescue Dragons, Project Gunner. If you are transformed, you can discard this card from the hand to pay 2 gauge. The belt costs 2 gauge, and if you activate the belt multiple times in a turn, like I do, or what most people do, also I'm running 5 copies of it. You basically, this card just allows you to keep going. So basically it turns into whatever card you need. So it's a good fisher. My whole strategy with the deck is to literally thin the deck as much as possible. And then we're going to go straight on to the Caardians. 3 copies of Protection Duty of Steel. Call cost, pay 2 gauge. When this card enters the field, or you transform into this card, you may discard an item or a card with Caardian in from your hand. If you do destroy a card on your opponent's field, I would run 4 of this, but right now I only have 3, and because this isn't a deck that I plan on, taking anywhere, I'm not in any rush. But you can easily run 4 of these. I kind of like it at 3 right now because of its call cost. When you aren't riding on it, it's 2 gauge. So, I mean, if you don't transform into it, it's 2 gauge. So to me, that's a bit heavy when everybody else is basically free. So right now, I might keep it at 3. But basically, it says Modi. It comes into play, you destroy a monster. So really good. Again, you can play 4. Right now, I'm content with 3. 4 Caardian. Mode speed. I play 4 of these. These are the cards that I want to go into after turn 1. These are the cards that this is the card I really like. On the board, it has move. And if you are transformed into it, you gain double attack. If you have another Caardian in your drop zone, which you normally do. So, yes, I really like this card. Play 4 of it. You got to max that guy out. 4 copy of armor. 3-2-6. Basically the wall. Usually the first guy I turn into, especially turn 1. Its effect is when this card comes into play or you transform, you gain 1 life. Then it has counter. If you are transformed into it, you can discard a Caardian or an item from your hand and reduce the next damage you take by 3. It's not a once per turn effect, so it does stack, which I've done. Like when they enter combat, I played against Ozzy Dahaka yesterday. So I discarded item from my hand to build up 3. Then I discarded another card when he attacked with the sword, nullifying on 6 damage. So I like this card a lot. Then on to the spells. I run 4. You're a superhero from now on. Basically, just searches the belt, thins the deck, so I max it at 4. Staples, shields, I've seen through your moves.
No, I screwed up last round. I was supposed
Open center, nullify attack. This card, pay 1 gauge if you are ride or transform. Negate attack, this spell card can't be nullified. Play 4 of those. 4 hyper energy. Again, I want to speed through the deck as much as possible. So I'm 4 hyper energies. 2 Hero Climax. Really good. Basically, when you beat up 2 monsters, you get to scan whoever you're transformed into, and attack again, gain 2 life. Because you have a lot of gauge, usually 2 monster destruction. The new plasma mine. I'm testing it. It's really good. I like it. Then we move on to the items. I only play 3 belts. The reason I don't run 4 is because I feel like I don't really need 4, especially when I play, like I might go to 4. But this is the pay 1 life, return up to 1 Caardian you are transformed into your hand. Then you pay 2 gauge, put this card into your hand, and then you search the deck for a Caardian and transform into it. If you do shuffle the deck, you transform from the hand or the deck. But most of the time you just go to the deck. Again, I play 3. You can easily run 4. I play 4 of the searcher, so I feel like 3 is enough. This way I could just keep searching through the deck, thin it out. So this way I could just draw the spells. But this card, basically the heart of the deck. If you don't have this, you may have a hard time. And then finally, 4 of the impact. It has Caardian in its name, so you discard it. Basically, if you are transformed into a Caardian and your opponent has 5 or less life, pay 3 gauge, inflict 3 damage to your opponent. If you have 3 or more Caardian monsters in your drop, inflict 5 damage instead. I don't really like this impact. I play 4 because it's a discard target, but it can easily be negated, so I mean, it is what it is. Play at your own risk. But yeah, that's my Caardian deck. And as always, do you know my